What's good? It's your boy G Kid back with another video. What we got popping today? Shorty's whip is getting an upgrade. She honestly isn't looking for performance. She's really looking for that sound and that appeal. She wants to hear those turbo noises, and there's no better way to get that done than the Short Ram Intake. And this kit is coming from PRL Motorsports. So let's take a look at what's in the kit. First off, you got the intake, and you got the intake hose that comes with it. Next up, you got the mass airflow sensor piece that goes right here in between the intake and the hose, and then you have a bracket just to hold it all together. So let's go ahead and get this stuff installed onto the car. I'm gonna show you a clip right now that shows everything that comes with this kit, and let's go ahead and put this together. I was on PRL's website. They have pretty much a little video that shows the installation. However, I hope this video can help you guys out a bit more with the installation of this kit onto your own 2022 or higher Honda Civic 1.5 Turbo. Let's get started. All right, so before we get over to the car, what we're gonna do is install this stuff and put it together so we can get over to the car and just put it into the car. First thing I'm gonna do is take this piece, and I know it goes onto it like this. So what we're gonna do is take our little screws that it comes with and put them into these 3 holes here. 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna use this to get that done. So I'm just gonna sit this in here, just start some of these. And just looking at it, it's gonna sit in the car like this. So this is how it's gonna be set up. Let's just tighten these up, and it should be it's gonna be a 3mm. All you're doing is just snugging it up. Now before we put the intake on this side, what we're actually gonna do is rip this little protective cover that protects all this aluminum on the inside out of here. Perfect. And we're gonna take this little grommet here and pop it into this bottom part. Next up, we're taking the intake. We're gonna put this clamp on there. I like to turn the clamps so that way I can easily assess them at a later time. And then we're gonna sit this over the top of this here. Just like that. And we're gonna tighten down that screw. It's gonna be a size 8. And I just always check it with a screwdriver. And just verify with a screwdriver just to make sure. You don't want to go crazy tight on this thing. You want to be able to open it up at a later time. Awesome. So now that's on there. Next up, we have our hose here. So we got 2 more clamps. One's going to go here on this side, and the other's going to go on the other side. I'm going to put this clamp on next. Just going to tighten this up a bit. Now this one you're going to have to use a flathead for. I'm just going to go right over the top of this. Awesome. So now that's sitting on there. I'm just going to tighten this clamp down here. Make sure it's at a spot that I can access it later if I have to. And then tighten it down. I always like to just make sure they're looking nice and straight. And then last but not least, another clamp goes on this side. All right, guys, I lied. The size 7 works for these. Just like that, we got our clamps all set up. Let's go over to the car now. All right, so before we put this on, let's hear what it sounds like without the intake on. Alright gang, so the first thing I'm going to do, now that we're over at the car, is unplug the mass airflow sensor. Push down on this clip, pop it off of there. I'm going to leave it in here for now. Next up, we're going to take this little clip out of here, because that needs to come out, and we got to go ahead and disconnect this parts right here. So it should be about 2 10mm. So this thing should be all loose now. And then there's a 10mm down in here. Let me show you guys. That 10mm right there, we're gonna get out of there. Just an extension, reach it down in there. Perfect. Take our magnet down in there. All I'm doing is just pulling it out of there. So now this piece is all loosened up. There's 1 grommet on the back side of here, and it looks like there's 2 10mm bolts right here. So we're gonna take those out of there. Awesome, that one's out. And so is this one. Perfect. That's all loosened up. Just sliding this little bracket down here out of the way, and then we're gonna take these guys off of here. Now these are size 5.5mm. Make sure you have this before you go ahead and disconnect everything. Just loosen the nose up. Perfect. So now that's all loosened up off of there. Should be good. Pop it off of this grommet in the back. And you're gonna have to manhandle this piece. Should be good to take that out of there. Now she gone. So everything's disconnected now. This piece is still here with the bracket, and that's what we're gonna use going forward. So let's go grab our new intake. Here's our new intake. Let's get this grommet, the old grommet, out of there, because our new grommet is what's gonna hold it in place. So I just sort of sat it down on the grommet first, and we're gonna get this intake pushed into place now. So now all I'm doing is making sure I got everything in the place that I want it to be in. Now that everything's in the space that I want it in, I'm just gonna tighten it down. Now that's tight, this guy's tight. Pop that back onto that grommet. That popped off for me. Line up this bracket right here. Now all we're doing is just taking the 2 screws that the kit came with and putting those in place. Tighten those down. Last but not least, we need the mass airflow sensor. Now all I did was take the mass airflow out of the other one, and now I'm putting it into this intake. Taking the 2 new screws that the kit came with. You're gonna put those in there and thread them. Just take your time here. These are gonna be 6 millimeters as well. And all I'm doing is just finger tight. Same thing on this side. Finger tight. Be careful with this sensor. And don't forget to plug it in. And don't forget to plug it in. And don't forget to plug it in. Alright, now that's plugged in. We're good there. Intake's all installed. Now I saw on their website they actually put that intake duct right back in right here. So let's go ahead and do that just like they did. Just like this. Tighten these screws back in. And then we'll pop the clip back in. So now that's all installed. Alright squad, and just like that the installation is complete. Let's take a listen. Now from the inside. Alright, first drive.
I love it.
Alright, we're gonna see what it's like. She's gonna hit it. Alright squad, and just like that, Shorty's super satisfied with the intake install. Remember, I'm gonna put all these links in the description below. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Make sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button down below, and I'll holler at you in the next one. Peace.
Okay, what's up? I've been on a paper chase for months. I've been on a marathon for months. All in all, I can't just get enough.